For the past 2 months, I've started these monthly update videos off with the small caveat that we are currently going through the annual summer drought period. Every year, around this time, video game publishers withhold their biggest titles for the autumn, leaving the summer months as barren and desolate as my social calendar. Why will no one RSVP to my annual cheese and wine jamboree? But that doesn't mean that August is a write-off. Sure, we may not have a Ghost of Tsushima or a Last of Us Part 2 this month, but we're sure there's something for everyone in today's list. Especially if you like sports games. I'm Liam from Push Square, and this is our list of the best PlayStation 4 games launching in August 2020. Before we start, remember this beautiful poem. Liking this video helps out a bunch. Subscribing makes sure I can afford to buy lunch? Does that work? Alright, let's get started. Starting us off, we have Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, arriving on the 4th of August. Effectively a video game adaptation of Teteshi's Castle, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout sees dozens of cute little Fall Guys competing against one another in zany challenges in order to see who comes out on top. A battle royale without the violence, Fall Guys looks vibrant, chaotic, and super fun. Best of all, Fall Guys is included as part of the PlayStation Plus subscription for August. So if you're interested in giving the game a try, that's your best way to do so. Scully, also launching on the 4th of August, looks to be an odd little thing. You play as, presumably, the titular Scully, a sentient skull filled with clay that spends their days rolling around a desolate landscape like the grim version of Marble Madness. By jumping into pits, Scully can transform into clay monsters, granting them additional powers as a result. It reminds me, weirdly, of cameo Elements of Power, which despite no one talking about it for the past 15 years, was a neat little Xbox 360 launch title filled with some clever ideas, one to keep an eye on. Fast and Furious Crossroads, releasing on the 7th of August, is a movie tie-in video game. Releasing in 2020. It looks not great. Dated graphics, dreary voice acting, and repetitive gameplay. Who said 2020 couldn't get any worse? To be honest, I'm just in awe that this even exists in the first place. Games like this were 10 a penny during the PlayStation 2 era, but on the PlayStation 4, a bad licensed action game is a bona fide rarity. Should you buy it? Who knows? Definitely wait for our review before you make any decisions. In the meantime, maybe just watch The Fate of the Furious while twisting a dinner plate in your hands so it feels like you're driving the cars. That will probably be more entertaining. A slightly different entry here, so I'll try and keep this brief, but Horizon Zero Dawn launches on the PC on the 7th of August. This former PlayStation 4 exclusive marks the first time a first-party PlayStation title has made the jump to PC. The game includes all previously released DLC, including the Frozen Wilds expansion, alongside a number of PC-exclusive technical features such as ultra-wide monitor support and unlocked frame rates, alongside graphical enhancements, including improved reflections in dynamic foliage. If you're interested in experiencing Horizon Zero Dawn on a completely new platform, now's your chance. Fans of watching folk punch each other in a really big octagon are in luck, as UFC 4 will launch on the 14th of August. With a renewed focus on its single-player campaign, UFC 4 boasts an overhauled training mode, while character customization is bigger and better than ever. As for the gameplay itself, expect a more accessible incarnation than its predecessor, which was notoriously challenging to get to grips with. Have I accidentally written a UFC grappling joke there? Who knows? Speaking of sports, PGA Tour 2K21 launches on the 21st of August. Technically a continuation of developer HB Studios' The Golf Club series, PGA Tour 2K21 features 15 licensed PGA Tour courses, a course creator, and the ability to customize your playable character. Online societies, a fan favorite feature of previous entries in the series, will also be making their return. The Golf Club may never have have reached the lofty heights of other golf titles, but we're hoping that with a little bit of that 2K sports money fueling its development, PGA Tour 2K21 could potentially be the best one yet. Descenders finally launches on the PlayStation 4 on the 25th of August. Descenders is a downhill biting roguelite that sees players racing, skidding and tricking their way through 9 procedurally generated worlds. Blisteringly fast, Descenders is an exhilarating arcade bike simulator that is an absolute blast to play. Originally released on PC a few years ago, the game has been embraced by fans and is currently sitting with an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam. Complete with a multiplayer mode, unlockable cosmetics, and super hard levels for those looking for a greater challenge, Descenders is an absolute gem. You might have thought I was lying when I said that there's a lot of sports games this month, but I absolutely wasn't. Madden NFL 21 will also release on the 25th of August, featuring improvements to the face of the franchise mode, which will allow you to transform your character from a promising high school player to an NFL superstar. Madden NFL 21's best feature comes in the form of a free next generation upgrade for those planning on purchasing a PlayStation 5 later this year. Next gen editions will take advantage of the PlayStation 5's super fast SSD as well as the DualSense haptic feedback. DualSense? Who knows the right way of pronouncing that? I mean, it's DualSense, but I'm northern, so I'm gonna keep saying dual. And will also include game-changing alterations such as improved lighting, weather effects, and something called off-ball humanization, which is one of the weirdest marketing quotes I've ever heard in my entire life. That just means more realistic animations. Off-ball humanization. Come on now! No Straight Roads, a musical action platformer by the designer of Final Fantasy XV, also releases on the 25th of August. Protagonists Mayday and Zoot, members of indie rock band Bunt Bed Junction, must embark on a quest to introduce Vinyl City to the wonders of rock and roll in order to overcome the city's obsession with evil EDM tunes. Vibrantly colourful and packed full of heart, No Straight Roads looks like the wonderful crossover between Stop Pilgrim, Sayonara Wild Hearts, and Double Fine's Psychonauts. It looks incredible. Originally released on the Nintendo GameCube in 2003, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles launches on the PlayStation 4 on the 27th of August. A cult classic that was well received upon its initial release, Crystal Chronicles is a fun spin-off that sees a group of adventurers escorting a caravan between locations in an attempt to refuel life-saving crystals. This remastered edition of the game includes HD graphics, English voiceovers, an updated soundtrack, and additional high-difficulty end-game dungeons. Unfortunately, the game does not support local multiplayer due to reported development issues and can only be played with others online. Ironic, considering the biggest gripe with the original release was how awkward it was to play locally with friends, with the GameCube release requiring the use of multiple Game Boy Advances. For some unknown reason, 2003 was a very different time. A shame for those looking to finally experience the game the way it was intended to be played. One day later, we have Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions launching on the 28th of August. Based on the popular manga of the same name, Captain Tsubasa is an anime football game. Yes. Seriously. Combining realistic football mechanics with over-the-top special moves, Captain Tsubasa looks to be a faithful adaptation of the beloved series, providing an eccentric Eastern take on the beautiful game. Alongside Fast and Furious Crossroads, developer Slightly Mad Studios are also launching Project Cars 3 this month. Really living up to their name there. Releasing on the 28th of August, this third entry in the critically acclaimed Project Cars series includes brand new features, such as a revamped career mode, and a greater focus on accessibility in an attempt to make the simulation more appealing to a broader range of fans. With over 200 cars to drive and 120 track layouts to conquer, Project Cars 3 looks set to be the biggest entry in the series to date. Hopefully, it will also be the best racing game Slightly Mad release in the month of August. Developer In Exile Entertainment may have been acquired by Microsoft in 2018, but that doesn't mean that PlayStation owners can't enjoy their latest release, Wasteland 3, when it launches on the PlayStation 4 on August 28th. Expanding upon the rock-solid RPG systems introduced in Wasteland 2, Wasteland 3 takes players to a post-apocalyptic Colorado, a barren, snow-covered area populated by killer robots and other nuclear nasties. With new additions such as vehicles and an upgradable home base, Wasteland 3 looks to be a wonderful RPG fans of the original Fallout can't afford to miss. And finally we have Windbound, also releasing on the 28th of August. Clearly inspired by both The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Windbound sees your grey-haired protagonist journey across the Forbidden Islands in order to uncover their hidden secrets. With influences as strong as these, Windbound has the potential to be something very special indeed. So there we have it, 14 games releasing for the PlayStation 4 in August 2020. What will you be playing this month? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe to Push Square for everything PlayStation. Thank you, as always, for watching.